So welcome back to Worthington Model Railway, and I'm down on my knees here because I've been adding in some volt and ammeters. So let's look at this whole process and what led to it. So I'm hoping you'll be able to see this with the light on. But I'm running into an issue where I've been adding more and more lights and I'm getting a current draw problem. So let's see what's going on here. I put those lights on and then I'm going to add these lights and I'm going to add these lights. So far I'm okay. Let's add some more and see what happens. And hopefully you saw the issue there. Looking at my current 12 volt adapter, it's only 750 milliamps. Obviously just not man enough for the job with all these lights. So I ordered a new one. Let me look at that. Hopefully you can see on this one the output is 2 amps. Now that's probably going to be okay for what I need right now, but I'm thinking I'm going to need more. So the lights on over here. Here we have lights on over here. And now I'm going to go and add more lights again. So now with the 2 amp draw, not seeing any issues with pretty much all of the lights on. But the question is, how many amps am I actually drawing? So I ordered some inexpensive voltmeter ammeters from Amazon. Of course, made in China. Just a second, we'll look and see what the model number is. So hopefully you can read that. Now, of course, these things come with no instructions. So at $8.99 for a pack of 2, I suppose you can't expect a lot, but you know, a quick search on the internet and I found a couple of possible wiring diagrams, and hopefully you can read this. I'm trying to keep the camera as still as I can. I will take a photo of it, and that way we will. So basically there are 2 different ways of doing this. You can have an independent voltage supply wire in, or you can utilize the power source that you're connecting up to, which is the way that I will be doing this. So I'm going to try to do this with a breadboard type circuit and see that it works, and then we'll go and install it. By following the diagram here, you'll see that here we have both the voltage and the amperage, although the amperage is kind of flashing a little. I'm not sure why. Basically all I've got is a few LEDs connected in, and the thing appears to be working. So let's go and try and tie it in. It could be that the amperage is actually changing because LEDs are actually flashing on and off. So that's probably the reason why that's happening. But anyway, let's go add this into the circuit on the layout and then see what we're actually drawing in the way of amps. So let's start putting some lights on and we'll see how much current we draw. That's interesting. It's not showing anything. Okay, so I've obviously got something not wired right here. Let me try to see what's going on. Okay, so now I got the wiring worked out. You can see that it looks like I'm drawing 1.2 amps. Let me turn some lights off, see if that drops. So yes, it's now dropping as I'm turning lights on and off. So that's going to be useful. I will actually mount this so I can see it. So that's the next thing to do. Let me go turn some more lights off, see if it drops down to 0. Well, drop down to 0.2. So, of course, there are other things on this circuit as well as lights. So, just turning the lights off just drops it down a little more. But other things like the tortoise point motors are also running on the same 12-volt bus, and so those will be active. So, interesting. I probably am going to try to get a power supply with a little bit more beef than the 2 amps that we have on this one. I will update on that a little later. So there we have it installed on a little board. I have a second one. I have 2 buses. I also have a 4.5 volt bus, which runs the Arduinos and some of the other bits and pieces of stuff I have, like the nodding donkey and the spaceship. So that's good, and we'll get that one connected up shortly. So here we are a little later in the day, and this arrived. I ordered it on Amazon. It's a 700 watt computer power supply, but as you can see here, it'll give me a 15 volt and a 3.5 volt with a maximum output of 20 amps. So give me plenty to do. As well as buying this, you also have to buy this converter here that plugs in and then gives you the various different voltages. I don't know if you can see that there, but we get a plus 12, a minus 12, a plus 5, and a plus 3.5. So that allows me now to be able to pull off for both buses from this single unit. So I'm going to plug it in, wire it up, and see if it works. And there we have the 12 volt bus wired in. Looks like things are working. I'm going to put some lights on. You can see those lights on. So everything's working on the 12. What I need to now is wire in the probably the 5 volt bus, I think. So now I have the 5 volt and the 12 volt both wired in. Let's actually put something onto the 5 volt and see if it starts to draw any current. There we go. Great. Happy with that. Well, thanks for watching. Bit more of the electronic stuff here, but I think this is kind of interesting, and it's really neat to understand what is going on and how much current we're actually drawing here, as opposed to some sort of second guessing. And these electronic components are so cheap and so easy to install that doesn't really make any sense not to put them in place and to not understand what's going on if you're going to add some of this electrical stuff to your layout. And anyway, as always, thanks. Subscribe to the top right. There's a button up there, and that does help me with the algorithm on YouTube if you do that. And there'll also be another video to the top left.